Hello everyone, this is part 2 of our 10K Q&A video series, and I have got some more questions that I will be answering in this video today. So the first one I have is from Kanjan. He's asking, under the new rule 3-year visa period for the 485 visa after completing the master's degree, does it mean that it will be 3 years plus 1 year for regional areas in South Australia? So that's right. So if you've studied a master's in Australia, master's by coursework, earlier it used to be that you used to get 2 years temporary graduate visa, but with the new changes you will be getting the first temporary graduate visa for 3 years, and on top of that, if you have studied in a regional area and you have continued to live, study and work in the regional area, depending on your postcode, you will be getting either 1 or 2 years of the temporary graduate visa. So Gyan is asking, students studying Diploma of Nursing can directly lodge 491 visa. Do they need to go through the Job Ready program? Please reply. So if you have studied a Diploma of Nursing and it is accredited by APRA, then you do not need any work experience to be able to get the skills assessment. And once you have completed your studies, you get your skills assessment, and based on that you can look at the state options like visa subclasses 190 or 491. Amrik is asking, what are the chances to get 491 in Queensland with 85 points, including state points, for a registered nurse with 6 months work experience in regional Queensland? So Amrik, as you know that the number of seats allocated to Queensland are only 2200. That includes both visa subclasses 190 and 491. So what it means is that the competition is quite high in Queensland for most of the occupations. However, you do fall in the critical sector, and there is a possibility that you may get invited from Queensland only if they have enough seats to accommodate all registered nurses. My occupation is statistician, and I believe there's not much competition there. Do they also factor that kind of criteria in giving out invites? So your occupation is open in South Australia and they are inviting applicants from offshore as well. What they need is proficient plus English, minimum of 65 points including state points, and they also need a minimum of 8 years of work experience in your nominated occupation. So if you meet these requirements, you can lodge the expression of interest and registration of interest with South Australia. Daisy is asking, can we go directly to your office for consultation in Brisbane? So yes, we do face-to-face consultations in our Brisbane office. I haven't been able to travel to Sydney a lot lately due to what's happening with the borders and COVID restrictions, but I will be doing a lot more face-to-face consultations in our Sydney office, and very soon we may have an office in Melbourne as well where I will be doing the face-to-face consultations over there as well. So if you do need a face-to-face consultation, make sure that you book through our website, and because sometimes our consultations, they do get booked out very quickly, maybe a week or 2 weeks in advance, so make sure that you book it in advance and I can definitely see you face-to-face in our Brisbane office. Nishit is asking, I'm planning on submitting my expression of interest for both visa subclasses 190 and 491 for the occupation of chemist in January 2022. I have 85 points and with additional 5 points if nominated, so which means you've got 85 points of your own and the state will give you 5 points for the 190. I have done my undergraduate and postgraduate in chemistry, and at the moment I'm working as a chemist in regional New South Wales. What do you think are the chances for 190? How often chemist occupation is given invite? So I would say that you do have very good chances of getting invited for the 190 visa subclass from New South Wales given the points you have and the occupation that you have. So I would probably encourage you to apply for the 190 first. Rahil is asking, hi Suman, what are the chances for software engineer at 90 plus 5 points in New South Wales 190? EUI date is 21st of November 2021 and I have moved from Victoria. So Rahul, with your occupation, as you know, it's very competitive occupation. However, you do have good points. You have 90 points of your own, but I'm not sure if you're working in your nominated occupation. So if you are working in your nominated occupation as a software engineer, then you do have very good chances of getting invited. But without working in your nominated occupation, it's very hard to say because it's a very competitive occupation, but I would still say good chances of getting invited given the number of seats New South Wales has for 190, and doesn't look like they have used even half of their quota. So you do have good chances of getting invited this financial year. Mohan is asking, after we get 491 visa, is it necessary to stay 3 years in Australia for secondary applicants and kids? If secondary applicant don't stay, would they be eligible for 191? So Mohan, if you look at the visa conditions on the visa grant letters for primary applicant and the secondary applicants, you can see that you do have a condition which is to live, work and study in the designated regional area. So yes, to be eligible for the 191 visa, all applicants need to live, work and study in the designated regional area. Tijo Matthew is asking, I'm a mechanical engineer with 12 years of work experience. I have done my skills assessment but completed English test with proficiency score. Now my score is 85. Can I apply for expression of interest for South Australia 491 visa? So your occupation is open in South Australia and they are inviting applicants for 491 visa. They do need 85 points. So it looks like you do have 85 points, including the state points. They need superior English. So you have proficient English, and they also need 8 years of work experience in the nominated occupation. And in your case, you have 12 years of work experience. So in your case, the only requirement that you're not meeting is superior English. You can try to get superior English, but still I would encourage you to apply for the expression of interest and registration of interest for your occupation with South Australia, since you have a very high level of work experience. Devika is asking, thanks for the information, Suman. Just a quick question in relation to New South Wales 190. Does the 3 months residency requirement needs to be fulfilled at the time of lodging an EOI or at the time of receiving a pre-invite from New South Wales? So it is at the time of lodging the expression of interest, because what if you get invited the next day? So if when they invite you, you already need to meet the 3 months residency requirement, or you need to have an employment in your nominated occupation. And if you do have an employment in your nominated occupation, then in that case, you do not need to meet the 3 months residency requirement. Anand is asking, kindly tell if an 887 visa can be granted to an applicant who applied when he was onshore but is now offshore. Yes, Anand. So this visa can be granted offshore as well. Okay, Krishma is asking, is the 494 visa permanent visa? So 494 is the skilled employer-sponsored provisional visas. What it means is that it's provisional permanent residency and it does have a pathway. And the last question I have got for this video is, hi ma'am, working as a qualified bricklayer, doing job ready program, completed 863 hours, haven't done job ready program test yet, living in Melbourne, finishing job ready program next year June. So which state is best for 190 with 85 own points? To move on from Melbourne, is Victoria open for 190 for bricklayer next year? What are the chances of 189? So first of all, with 189, I haven't seen anybody getting invited for trade occupations. So you're better off looking at 190 visa options in your case. So you do have good points. So you've got 85 points of your own. At the moment, as you know, Victoria is not open for bricklayers, but this could change next year. However, we don't know. But it's better that you look at other state options. You could look at New South Wales. You could also look at Western Australia. And I think your occupation is also open in South Australia. So these are the states you may want to look at for the 190 visa category. So these were all the questions that I wanted to answer in this video today. And like I said before, please make sure that you leave your questions in the comments, as I do plan to do more of these Q&A videos. And I would also like to introduce you to Rob. Rob, can you come here from behind the camera? So Rob is the one who has been making our videos and also editing the videos, doing all the graphics and all that, all the hard work that you need to do behind the scenes. So thank you, Rob, for helping us reach 10,000 subscribers. In this video today, I want to share some positive announcements with you, and oh goodness.
Yeah, so she has a positive
announcement with you, and also I'll just say it again.
We could like leave it on a cliffhanger and just stop the video right there. It's like, what happened?
And also if, oh, that's too much. Yeah, not too. And there was one video I was just saying like now. I don't know what video. I like said now like 1,000 times in that video. I'm like, okay, the content is out, I'm done.
Just
My voice?
Oh no, your whole body was just.
Because I'm like, will this
trying to
finish?
read it.
So under the employment stream, after a while, everything is just merging.
Just the same words.
Because it's like everything is, there is a smoothie happening in the head. Go. Oh, not this one. That's good. Cool. Stay updated about Australia's immigration. Make sure that you subscribe to our channel.